Shalom, Israel. Well, the ICPK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. The ICPK been established since 1969, teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian that they are the true Israelite according to the Bible. The ICPK is not affiliated with any other Israelite group. On today's ICPK Chattanooga Scripture Breakdown, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving, the day of unaliving the Native Indians. Everybody thinking that Thanksgiving was meant to, where all families come together. That's what they taught us in history class in school, that the Pilgrims and the Europeans came together after the Pilgrims, so-called, after the Native Indian invited the Pilgrims, the Europeans over, invited them, like welcomed them with open arms, and they all got together. They all started celebrating Thanksgiving, having food. But what they don't teach us, the true history of Thanksgiving, the true meaning of Thanksgiving. So every time all people celebrate Thanksgiving, the first thing they say is, it's for the family to get together. It's for us to, bring the family closer. But why do we has blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian got to wait for that one particular year of the month of the year for us to have a family gathering? Why can't we do it every month, every year, or every 2 months, every week? But we got to wait for that one particular year to do it. And on top of that, now you got people, some kids, some children who've been molested by by their uncle, their cousin, whatsoever. Now, that one time of the year, now she or he got to be faced with that person, because now he coming to the family gathering, he coming to Thanksgiving. Now she traumatized by that. Now, so she got to sit right next to that person or across the table from that person, seeing that person that molested her. And that's when all family get together. And that's the worst time for all family to get together, because that's when all chaos start. That's when all chaos gonna start. Because mostly all families, they don't get along. Some families have beefing with each other, because nowadays you just have families in a gang, different gang set. So now you got this family in this gang, this family in that gang. Now you bringing them all together. Now they don't like each other. Now they beefing with each other. What you think gonna happen on that day? It's gonna be chaos. They're gonna start getting drunk. They're gonna start fighting. At first, they're gonna act like they cook, because so-called it's for the family. So once that liquor start hitting their system, or they start getting their feelings, it's gonna be beef. They're gonna start fighting because they don't like each other. But why we gotta wait for that 1 year, only 1 year to get together with your family? We could do it every day, man. But a lot of people don't know the true history of Thanksgiving, so we're gonna bring it out. The true meaning of Thanksgiving, which a lot of our people don't know about. Let me see where that at. I just had the article. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna read this article with this, Business Insider. The true story behind Thanksgiving is a bloody one, and some people say it's time to cancel the holiday, and which is true. We need to cancel that holiday. We need to cancel all holidays, especially knowing that these holidays come from the oppressor. The oppressor is the one that's telling us to celebrate these holidays. When we ourselves, as Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we got our own high holy days, which the most high ordained for us to keep, which is the Passover, the Feast of Dedication. We got all different high holy days. But now, since we're in this society called America, they teach us to observe their holidays, to keep their holidays, their feast day, which is against the Most High. The Most High, like according to the scripture, it say he hate and despise their feast day, man. But they want us to keep these things. So yeah, we should cancel it. We should cancel all holidays that the oppressor trying to have us celebrating, have us ordain. So now we're gonna read into the article. Okay, don't call me right now. I'm teaching class. So we're gonna jump into the article. It said Thanksgiving in the U.S. is a traditional a time for family and food. And that's what all every one of our people say. It's time for the family and it's time for the food. We're doing it for the family. We're doing it for the food. Just like Christmas, we're doing it for the kids. Each and every holiday that come around, they will have one specific reason why they doing it. For family, food, or the kids. Why do you gotta wait that 1 year, that one time out the year to do it for the kids, do it for the family? So if it's your kid's so-called birthday, why don't you give them a present every year? Or not every year, but every time, every 2 weeks, every month. Why you gotta wait there once a year to give them a present? I mean, they're your children, right? If they kids they want this, give them, let them get it. You don't gotta wait that one time of the year. If your family, why you gotta wait that one time of the year to have a gathering with your family? And that's what things so-called Thanksgiving about in America. Everybody talking about it's for the family. Oh, we ain't celebrating Thanksgiving. We doing it for the family. But yet they don't understand the true meaning of Thanksgiving. They don't understand, they don't know the history of Thanksgiving, what happened behind Thanksgiving, why the pilgrims, the Europeans, gave that word Thanksgiving for. They don't understand the true meaning of Thanksgiving. And we're gonna break it down and show you the true meaning of when they say why they was thankful for. It wasn't because they were thankful because they all came together, they all had a nice day, they all had a feast. Nah, it ain't because of that. It's the American school children typically learn that the tradition dates back to the pilgrims who helped establish Melmont Colony in 1620, and which is now Massachusetts. As the story goes, like they say, as the story goes, meaning in history, they'll lie to you. In history, they'll tell you Christopher Columbus discovered America. They'll tell a whole bunch of nonsense. But yet, little did they know that Christopher Columbus never set full foot on the U.S. soil. He only went to the South America in the Caribbeans. But yet, in history, they teach us that he discovered America. How can you discover something where there's already millions of people been established over there, been already living there? You cannot discover something that somebody already living. It's like you coming to my house saying you discovered this house. I'm already living here. But in order for you to do that, you had to unalive me, take over, then say you discovered. You cannot discover something that somebody is already present and already occupying. So, but that's what they teach us in history. That's in history, like they say, as the story goes, friendly Native Americans taught the struggling colonists how to survive, which what the Europeans called the New World. And that's what they did. The Native Indians welcomed the Europeans, so-called, the Caucasian race, with open arms. When they came over here, they welcomed them. After Christopher Columbus made a pathway, he ain't never discovered the U.S., but he made a pathway for them to know where to come at. So now they came about. So now the Native Indian welcomed these people with open arms, showed them how to survive, showed them how to hunt during the winter, showed them how to, everything that they needed to do. They showed them how to be civilized, because the Europeans, they were never civilized, but yet they say that they taught us how to be civilized. When in history, King David chased them out of Israel because they was uncivilized. There was uncivilized people. That's how King David chased them into the Caucasus Mountain, because they were not civilized people. So that's why they was called a caveman. So, but in history, they taught us how to be civilized. So the Native Indians showed them how to survive during the winter, showed them how to hunt and whatever they needed. But in return, what they did, we're gonna keep reading. Then everyone got together to celebrate with a feast in 1621. And that's what they taught us. Yeah, everybody got together because they taught them how to survive during the winter, how to hunt the buffaloes, how to get dressed and all that nonsense, Then so they had a feast again. But that's not the true history of Thanksgiving. Okay, now I say the real story behind the holidays is so dark, and in fact, that some people are rethinking how they celebrate the holiday, or whether they should at all. That's how bloody and cruel the Thanksgiving was, man. the so-called eating the turkey, the hams, all that thing. It was so dark that some people even be thinking of celebrating the holiday or not doing it at all. Because they now we learning the true history of Thanksgiving, of what happened when the colonists came over here on the US. What happened to the 77 million native Indian that was unalived by the Europeans. But they don't teach that in history. I had one my, where my mother-in-law had a book called the Making of America. It tells you in that book what happened to the native Indian, that how they was unalive, and the one that was in unalive by the sword, which is the modern day gun, how they give them smallpox, which the Europeans were the one that brought it over here. It was no disease over here when the native Indian was over here, man. The Europeans don't was the one that brought it over here. They're the one that brought all the disease over here, man. But yet they call us nasty, they call us filthy, they call us uncivilized, have no, super predator, but yet in reality, they're the most super predator of all. All they know is nothing but war. That's all they know. Okay, so our modern definition of Thanksgiving resolve around eating turkey. That's what we all know, to go get a turkey, go eat. But why it gotta be turkey? Because basically, but like I said, but this was more of an occasion for religious. This was their religious purpose. That's how they brought Christianity over here. There was no such thing as Christianity. Could remember back in the day, if you know the history of the native Indian, which is the tribe of Gad and the Reubens, they ain't celebrate none of that. They ain't know what religion was. They ain't know what Christianity was. All they knew was to serve their God. Some of them believe in spiritual, in a spiritual, whatever they call it, but they know they was Israelites. But for the Europeans to come over here eating turkey and all that nonsense, it was for a religious purpose, which is now today called Christianity. You got Catholic, you got all these type of religions that they brought over here. And so now we're gonna give how they came up with that word Thanksgiving. The word Thanksgiving was not meant what you thankful for, or whatever you think, or it's a dark secret behind of why they gave that word Thanksgiving for. It's an orders pinpoint 1637 had the true organ of Thanksgiving, the meaning of Thanksgiving, saying the Massachusetts Bay colonist Governor John Winthrop declared a day to celebrate colony soldier who had just slaughtered hundreds of Pequot men, women, and children in what is now Mystic, Connecticut. That's where you get the word Thanksgiving from. For the slaughtering of hundreds of thousands of people. So that's why they gave thanks for. Because they don't slaughter these people and took over the land. That's where the word Thanksgiving came from. So now if we talking about Thanksgiving, we're giving thanks for this, you don't know what you're thinking. You don't know what you're thankful for. Because you don't know the history of Thanksgiving, of the word of Thanksgiving. Because it was due to the slaughter of the native Indians. Now it became from that 100,000 to 77 million native Indian brothers and sisters getting slaughtered. Because why? Because the oppressor, all they know is nothing but destruction, how to steal and unalive people. That's all they know. They don't have no compassion. You think they was coming over here? Come on now, the oppressor's not dumb. How you think they found us over here? How you think they found the native Indian and the Hispanic in the so-called USA? They read the scriptures. The scripture actually explain how we got over here. They read the script. They ain't stumble over here by mistake, like the history taught us. No, they read the scriptures and knew who we was and where we was. So they came over here trying to act friendly, trying to act like they lovey-dovey, trying to act like they cool, until you earn their trust. And then what they gonna do? They're gonna stab you in your back. Ain't nothing that come out of the oppressor's mouth is righteous. Everything that they say is nothing but wicked deceit and lie. That's all it is. Is it regardless the popular telling of the initial harvest festival is what live on, thanks to Abraham Lincoln, which the Edomites, they'll switch it up and tell a lie, so we could continue celebrating it. Let's see. Okay. A study published in the journal Science Review estimate that disease had already reduced the New England indigenous population by 90% by 1620. The Wampanoag continued to die from what the colonists called Indian fever, an unknown disease brought by early European settlers. And we know what that disease was, but they could say it's unknown, which was called a smallpox, which they gave the native Indian the blankets full of smallpox, which they had when it was in Europe, but they brought it over here, knowing that in their mind, which they call it the so-called heart in the Bible, they had nothing but war in their hearts, like the scripture going to explain. They had nothing but war in their mind, man. This was a warfare tactics to get rid of the native, to slaughter millions as much as they can and take over the land, which is now called the USA, the so-called America. And that's how they got the land. They didn't get the land from having peace with them. But yeah, it was some of the traders amongst our people that still went to, had a feast with the native Indian. So like it had a feast with the Europeans, which were about 90 of them. And those are the chief headmen. Just like today, we got the so-called leaders right now. The Christian, your so-called pastor, your political leaders. Those were the traders amongst our people. Just like back in the days, it was still traders amongst our people. It's still to this day. Even though they see what the genocide the oppressors done committed against our people, they still went and uphold the feast with them. And those were the so-called leaders, and those were the so-called chiefs. It was 90 of them that went and sat down at the table with the Europeans and still had the feast. So that's why they're trying to push that Thanksgiving. Yes, the pilgrim and the native sat down and had a feast. It wasn't all native Indian. It was just only 90 of them, which was the head chief that sat down with the pilgrims and had the feast. It wasn't everybody, because they don't slaughter not 77 million of them. So now the chief done went back and turned their back on their people, just like we got to this day. They don't sold us out. And then it said the Wampanoag warriors respond with raids, and the New England Confederation of Colonies declared war in 1675. The war was bloody and devastating. So now, when that happened, you think the native Indian was just gonna sit? We think the native Indian was just gonna sit back, let everything go how it goes? Nah, man. Remember, Geb was a warrior. We come from the tribe. We come from a lineage of descent of warriors, man. Who was fighters? Who was they meant to be slaves? If we know the history of the 12 tribes of Israel, how you think we conquered all these lands? How you think we came to be in power? How you think we got the land of Israel and all the land about us? Not by sitting down and being punks. No, because we was wars, we was fighters, man. So when those other tribes seen that happen, they started retaliating. So we started fighting back. Cause we ain't just finished sit back and let nobody just push us around. Just like any bully, they're gonna have enough. So, but like we say, we know the history of our people. We know that's what we tell our people: get in class, man. Learn your history, man. Learn who you are. Learn where you came from. Learn who you descend from. In America, the so-called European, they didn't get us because we was weak. Because the Most High was against us. That's how they came and conquered us and be above us. Not because they're stronger than us. Even scientists even prove that we are genetically stronger than the counterpart. We are stronger than them. Like the scriptures say, one shall be stronger than the other. We are far superior than the oppressor. But it's just the Most High wasn't with us because We kept breaking his law, statute, and commandment by doing the same thing that we're doing right now, worshiping another God. What you think celebrating the holidays are? It's a form of worshiping another God. And the Most High clearly said we should have no other gods before him. But since we want to worship these other gods by celebrating the holidays of the oppressor, which he push upon us, we're gonna continue being oppressed until we get it right. Let's see, I'm trying to run through this. Okay, the holidays dark past has some people rethinking Thanksgiving. Now, some people want to rethink Thanksgiving, but a lot of oppressors not going to do it. They said the focus of racial justice in the U.S. have some people saying the reevaluation, the meaning and celebration of Thanksgiving is long overdue. Yeah, they thought about it, but that don't mean it's going to change. It's still going to go on. Teachers, professors, and Native Americans told the New York Times in 2020 that they were rethinking the holiday that was marginalizing the U.S. violence and cruelty against the Native Indian Americans. And we know what's going on. Giving it names that Thanksgiving, giving it names like take giving, which that's what they did. They took this land. And that's why they started saying Thanksgiving. They was giving thanks for the slaughter of the Native Indian. Take giving and the Thanksgiving massacre and reflection on Thanksgiving are not new. According to the New York Post, the United American Indians of New England have been publicly mourning on Thanksgiving for decades. Till this day, our people still in mourning right now because they know the suffering that they people went through. They know the suffering that the Native Indian went through, the hardship, the unaliving that Native Indian went through during that time. So they still in mourning right now. Each and every day we celebrate Thanksgiving, we just celebrating the death of the Native Indian. We're not honoring, we're just disgracing our people, man. Each and every time Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians celebrate Thanksgiving, while the Native Indian mourning that day, we thinking it's a day to celebrate or day to be with our family. Just don't know that we are worshiping the death of the Native, worshiping the unaliving of the Native Indian. And some of them still publicly mourning to this day. Each every time Thanksgiving come around, they mourn that day because they know the tragic that happened during that time. They know how much they people went through during that time. But yet, all people are so blind by Christianity. You got your Christian pastor, they're giving turkeys out in the church. They're doing all these nonsense in the church house. Don't know that what happened to the Native Indian. And they will be like, oh, that's the past. That is the past. But if they knew, if they were the real men of God, like I said, your political leaders, your so-called pastors, they're nothing but backstabbers. They nothing but, they'll sell you out for money. And that's what they did. It's a Frank James, activist who helped establish a national day of mourning in 1970 called the Wampanoags Welcome of the English Settlers, perhaps our biggest mistake. And that was their biggest mistake. Because they welcomed these people with open arms. They show these people how to survive during the winter, how to hunt, just like us. That was our biggest mistake, following MLK for integrating with the oppressor. And look at, ever since, our lives just been destroyed, man. We just been getting unalive on the street, been being oppressed each and every day. That was our biggest mistake, and that was the Native Indian biggest mistake for welcoming these people with open arms, man. That's when they really should have built the wall to keep them out. But yet, like the Most High said, we are the most kinded person on earth. We're the most forgiving people on earth. So we welcome these people that travel far away to over here with open arms, show them how to survive. And yet what they did, they had nothing but war in their minds, man. Is that on the National Day of Mourning, Native Indians gathered in Paramount, Massachusetts for a day of remembrance for the millions of indigenous people who were unalived by European colonists. And that's what the day is for, man. That's why they all get together each and every year for that specific time, to mourn for the unaliving of millions, which was 77 million Native Indian brothers and sisters and children by the Europeans. And now they got them on reservation. who will prayers and speeches take place accompanied by beating drums for participant march through the Parliament historic district. Participant in National Day of Mourning on the native ancestors and the struggles of the native people to survive today. Yeah, we're telling our people, man, stop celebrating this. But some of our people so caught up in this, society that they brush it off, that they don't know it's a day to survive, man. That means separate yourself from America. Stop doing what you see America doing. Stop celebrating their holidays, man. It's time for us as a nation to come together, like the scriptures say. Gather yourself, O nation, not desire. That means we, as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we need to come together, man. How else we gonna survive if we keep following the ways of the oppressor, keep following the way of this society? We're always gonna be oppressed. Because they know each and every time they do something to us, we run right back to them. We go spend money with them because they know we're the biggest consumer on earth. That's why you see all these other nations. They could come in our neighborhood. They could come from their country, wherever they came from, come to America and get a loan for $100,000 whatsoever. Open up their business right in your neighborhood. They open their business right in your neighborhood. Listen, it is a day of remembrance and spiritual connection as well as a protest of the racism and oppression which Native Americans continue to experience. Until this day, they still facing oppression and racism, just like Blacks, Hispanic. We still facing this till this day. That's why you see the Native Indian, they in reservation, no matter if this was their original land, they still being oppressed. They are still being oppressed, just like Blacks, Hispanic is, man. We all, like the scriptures say, all 12 tribes is being oppressed again. We all being oppressed again. But yeah, you got these fake Israelite groups saying Hispanics and Native Indian are not the children of Israel. When we're all being oppressed together, but like the scriptures say. That's why we say we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We're not, because they do not know the truth of the Bible. So now we're going to get into these scriptures, show you that why we should not celebrate these holidays, man. Let's see. Exodus. We're going to go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 3. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 3. It said, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." That was a commitment that the Most High gave Moses to give to the children of Israel. He said, we shall have no other God before him. By us celebrating these holidays is a form of worshiping another God, which is called spiritually fornication. That's what we're doing. Each time we celebrate a holiday, we worship the God of the Americans. That the Most High said we shall have no other God before him. Like he said, he is a jealous God, and he will destroy you, man. He will consume you. When you consume something, like you, the Most High, he said he's a consuming fire. He would destroy you for that. But yet Christianity give the Most High just one emotion. That's all they give the Most High. One emotion is none but love. But yet throughout the scripture, the Most High said he get angry. He's jealous. You provoke him to anger, he would destroy. He said he unalive, he make alive. He create evil. So where Christianity get this? God is all about love. He clearly tell you if you put any other God before him, he will destroy you, man. He said, thou shalt have no other God before me. So when we worship in these holidays, thinking we're doing a good thing by us coming together as a family once a year, every time for Thanksgiving, we think we're doing something good. And we see throughout history, throughout the news, it's always something tragic that happened. Like for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine, what is called 4th of July. You see people's house get burned down. You see people getting shot in the eye with firecrackers. Like that meant we was not supposed to be celebrating these type of holidays, because the Most High is against these holidays. He's against the feast days of America. He said he despises and he hates these feast days, man. So why do we as Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian keep on celebrating these holidays? Because why? Your Christian pastors have failed us. They tell us we do and listen to what our Christian pastors do. tell us to do. They still do it in the Christian church house. They still have trunk or treat in the Christian church. They still, you see in the Christian church, you see a big old Christmas tree, whatever, pumpkin, all type of nonsense. Easter, they all dressed up for Easter Sunday, picking up eggs. Like, what the hell do eggs have to do with the resurrection of Christ? What does a bunny eggs, which bunny does not lay eggs? So what does a fake egg of a bunny have to do with the resurrection of Christ? And this all the ideology of Christianity, the fantasy, the fairy tale of Christianity, man. That's what they teach our people. And that's why our people is so docile and so blinded. Each and every time these holidays come around, the first thing they say is, we're doing it for the children. We're doing it for our family. So that means you trying to fulfill your lust through your children because you old enough now. So you partaking what your children are supposed to be doing, but you doing it also. That means you fulfilling your lust, your craving. You don't want to fight your demon by yourself, but you want to fulfill it through your children. Say it's for the children. That's how Christianity have our people thinking, operating. That's why we tell our people, get the hell out of them Christian church, man. But the Christian church is the house of Satan. You ain't never going to learn anything in a Christian church, man. The only thing they're going to teach you is how to be the same person that you are when you went in there. If you was a rapist, a murderer, or drug dealer, a prostitute, whatever you was, you go in the Christian church, you're going to remain the same. You is not going to change. Because they ain't going to tell you the truth of the Bible. All they going to want is your money. That's all your pastor want is your money. That's all they want. They don't want nothing else. They don't care what you do outside that Christian church as long as you bring the money. They don't care how you get your money, what you live, how your lifestyle is. They don't care about none of that, man. As long as you pay your tithes, that's all they care about. So, but we in ICPK, we're going to tell you the truth of the matter, man. We're going to tell you that you should not be celebrating these holidays because that is spiritually fornication against the Most High. A lot of people thinking, fornication means sex before marriage. That's not what it means. Because according to the scriptures, sex is marriage. Fornication is just immoral acts, meaning something that you're doing that's immoral, like sleeping with animals, a woman sleeping with another man when she got a husband, a man being, living that alternative lifestyle. That's what it means by fornication. That is the physical fornication. Spiritual fornication is when you worshiping different gods. That's what spiritual fornication is. Fornication has nothing to do with, sexual course and before marriage. That's not the truth. According to the Bible, sex is marriage. So now we're finna go to the book of, let me see. So we should not have no God before the Most High, man. He's the only God. He's the only true God. So these other nations, they got their own God. But Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we got our true God, man. Can no other God do what the Most High do? What these other nation God how can they God deliver them from any situation that they're in? They can't, because they nothing but wood, stones, and some people, they worship animals. And you say those are gods? How can you worship an animal and some stuff that you eat, but you worship it as a God? That's why he said we should not have an interracial marriage with these other nations. If you're not part of the 12 tribes of Israel, we should not marry these other nations. And he told our people that because they're going to have us turn away from serving him and serving their God. And that's how King Solomon fell. But Christianity would be like, okay, he fell because he had multiple wives. No, he ain't fell because he had multiple wives. He fell because he loved these other nations. That's why he said King Solomon he loved many strange women. He loved the Most High called these other nations strange women. Because we was not supposed to interracial marriage with them. We're not supposed to give our sons to their daughter or daughter to their son. Because yet, now when we do that, we're going to try to please them. We're going to have trying to please their family or trying to be accepted by them. Now we got to conform to their lifestyle, conform to their, their culture, whatever they're doing. Now we got trying to please them to be accepted. So now we're going to slowly decline, stop serving our God and start serving their God. And that's what happened to King Solomon. That's how he fell. And then he ain't fell because he had 1,000 wives. No, he fell because he loved this other nation and they turned his mind away from serving the Most High. King Solomon was the wisest king they ever lived. But the Most High said by him doing that, that's how it happened. He started serving these other gods, started sacrificing abomination to the Most High, pigs, all type of nonsense, which we're not supposed to be doing, we're not supposed to be eating. All right, we're going to go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Let me find that right quick. Y'all got any questions y'all want to ask?
No, sir.
Okay.
I like 12 and 6, you know. I said I like 12.
Yeah, 12 and 10.
12, you know what I'm saying? Starting at 6, verse 12 and 6. Because, you know, a lot of Christians, they think, you know, if you can sin and not, you know, nothing's going to happen by you sinning.
Yeah, first and the most, I hate sinners.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. The book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy. The Most I say, never trust thy enemy. What did the native Indian did? They trust their enemies, man. They trusted the Europeans when they came over here. They believed the word that the Europeans told them, the sweet lies, the soft spoken, like the scripture said, they word are smoother than butter. They believed them. They trusted these people, man, not knowing what these people were capable of doing or what they had planning in their mind. So they trusted them. And that's what happened to the native Indian. The Most High said, never trust thy enemy. They didn't know they were the enemy at first. They thought they were just some people coming from far off, trying to settle or, whatever, just stopping by. So they welcomed them with open arms. They ain't think twice about it. Our native Indian brothers and sisters did not think twice about it. Just welcomed them because we are the most caring, loving people on earth. So we're going to welcome you. We're open arms, not think twice about it. That's what the native Indian did, and that was their mistake. That was our mistake too. But we listened to MLK, thinking he knew what he talking about, trying to integrate it. So yeah, we went along with it. We thinking everything gonna be peaches and cream when we integrate with the oppressor. But the Most High said, never trust thy enemy. If we call these oppressors, these other nation our enemy, why are we friends with them? Why are we hanging out with them? Why are we so-called celebrating their holidays, doing things that they doing? When he said, never trust thy enemies, man. He said, they're your enemy for a reason. They are not your friend, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. They're your enemy for a reason. The scripture said, never trust thy enemy. For like, as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Just like you got to call anything that's rusted, so is the wickedness of the oppressor. Meaning, his wickedness never gonna go away. No matter how many times you're thinking in the back of your mind that one day he gonna change. One day, or I know this man, or you vote for this president, that president might change the outcome of the situation that Black, Hispanic, Native Indian is, the predicament that we're in. He might change, or he might do this. No, man. The Most High made him that for a reason. The scriptures made him that for a reason. If that's the case, if he were going to change, he would have been changed. All this time we're getting unaliving, we're marching and begging and asking the oppressor, mercy, peace, no mercy, no peace, all that, hands up, don't shoot. And what you see happen, we still get unalive on these streets. They still doing the same thing. We still getting hung on the tree, and it's been with 2023. And not only that, but black man was hung by a police station. A 6-foot something man hanged on a tree by a police station. That lets you know that they don't care about you, man. So his wickedness is never gonna go away. He is not gonna change. That's how the Most High made him to be. He is like that. All he knows is how to violence and to be destructive and to be wicked, especially towards the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. He's not gonna change for you, man. You could beg, you could march, you could do all this thing here. It would have changed since the MLK day, but it did not. Our people was marching during the MLK, but they was getting hosed down with the fire hose, getting dogs sick on them, getting beat. So and that was in the 30s and 40s. So what makes you think now in the 2000 is gonna change? Because that's how he is, man. Just like I am rusted, so his wickedness. That means you could scrub that rust all you want. You could try to tickle all his wickedness. You could try to be friends with him, be his pal. It's not going to change him. That's who he is. That's what he know. He is not going to be satisfied until he eliminate as much Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian as they can. You know, it don't matter how many presidents you put in the office whatsoever, man. They're not going to change. If that's the case, they would have let those Mexican brothers and sisters, children out the cages that's on the border. You had different presidents. Did anyone so-called Obama, which is not our people? He's an African. He ain't do nothing about that. The so-called Biden, they all of them went to their cages and see what happened. That the Mexican children still in locked up. Did any one of them say, okay, let them out, man? They children, they do not need to go through this. But instead, they still kept them locked up, and some of them still being sexually harassed. That lets you know how wicked these people are, man. You cannot change the mind of the wicked. They are wicked for a purpose. They are wicked for a reason. And that's the way they're always going to be. They're always going to be like that, man. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take heed and beware of him. Yes, some of them going to act like they're your friend. They cool with you. They're going to act like, oh, they crying and stuff, talking about, oh, I love Black people and blah, 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 blase squazzing. But as soon as that moment you tell them what the scripture tell them, oh, hell, oh, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't bound down to no man. But you just say you love Black people, though. You just say you felt sorry for what's going on with Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian in America. But when we read the scripture to you, tell you to do this, you don't do it. That's why I said beware, take heed and beware of them. Because those are the ones that gonna stab you in your back. Those are the ones that so-called your friend. They act like they cool with you, your drinking partner. They act like they love Black people. Oh, I got Black friends. But beware of those people, man. They're gonna try to humble themselves, but you got to beware of them. They give you a stimulus check, acting like they cool with you, acting like they care about Black people, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Those are the people that you need to beware of, man. Take heed of, though they humble themselves, man. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wipe a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. And you're gonna see right through them, man. You will see right through these people. Just wait, just like Donald Trump. You see right through them. Well, he ain't Donald Trump. They ain't even trying to hide it. He straight out let you know he don't like Black people. He straight out let you know that he racist, that he don't like Hispanic and Native Indian people. He ain't trying to hide it. But yet Joe Biden, then you'll see he's the one that these other presidents that soft talk you. These the one that you need to beware. They're the one that look like a looking glass, man. That you could see right through them. But yet they're gonna try to humble themselves and trying to act like they care about the poverty of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. But just know that his wickedness has not been wiped away, man. That's why we call him creepy Joe Biden. He been racist. He been molesting little children. All these other presidents, they known for these things, man. That's why we tell our people keep away from them. That's why we tell our people do not vote. You voting for who? The lesser devil? Just because this devil say he gonna do this devil say he gonna do. They're the same people. They're the same people. You just voting for somebody that's sweet talking you until you vote for them. Just like the governor in Florida. Once he got all the Hispanic vote, what he trying to do now? He trying to deport them. He trying to deport them. So that's how they sweet talk people into doing what they want until they get into seat in power. Then once they get in their power, they're gonna look at you like you are nothing, like you just trash. Like, who are you? Why is you talking to me like, like they're above you? So that's why we tell our people do not vote, man. Yet they know who to go to get to you. They go to your Christian pastors. That's why your Christian pastors say, if you don't vote, how you gonna make a change? If you don't vote, your voice ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna mean nothing. No matter if we vote or not, our opinion never mattered to the oppressor. It's never gonna matter because why? They're gonna tell you who. They're gonna go straight to your pastor, just like Margaret Sanger. She knew who to go to get our ladies, our women, sister to abort their babies. It says in the article she went to the Christian pastors because they know our people listen to the Christian pastor more than they listen to their husband. They will go straight to your pastor. If the man ain't helping you out, if he does it, blah 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 blah. No, abort the baby, my child. Abort the baby. No, you don't got to carry this burden by yourself. When you know that's nothing but murder. What you committed is murder, man. So they knew the oppressor know who to go to get to our people. They go straight to your leaders. They go straight to our leaders. And that's why we tell our people, man, get out them Christian church. You're just not gonna learn anything in them Christian church. You never will, never will, never have, and never will, man. We're finna go to the book. Okay, we're finna drop that and drop down to verse 16. The same book, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 16. The book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaks sweetly with his lips. An enemy speaks sweetly with his lips. That's what they did, man. They speak sweetly with their lips, man. They tell you so much thing that you want to hear. They tell you the things that you want to hear, but in reality, we know that's not what need to be done. But they will tell you the thing, just like the Native Indian. That's what they did to the Native Indian, just like Christopher Columbus did with the Hispanics in South America. You know, and yet a lot of people don't know that when Christopher Columbus came to the South America, he had a Hebrew translator speaker with him. Why would you have a Hebrew translator speaker with you if you said they were not the Israelites? So you knew who these people was. So you had to bring a Hebrew translator speaker with you because you knew that who those people was. Y'all read the scripture. Y'all read the doctrine of the Bible. They read the Bible, man. These people are not them. They did not just stumble across America by mistake like they have you, like they teach you in history class in school. They'll speak sweetly with their lips, man. Tell you the things that you want to hear, make you feel good. Tell them, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. But in his heart, meaning when they talk about his heart, it's not speaking about your physical heart, because your heart is a vessel that just pumps blood throughout your whole body. But he said, yet in his heart, meaning we're gonna explain why your heart is not what it's talking about. He said, he imagined. This do not imagine. This does not think. Your mind is doing that. Imagine things. You daydream. You think. You process anything. It's your mind. He said how to throw thee into a pit, but in his mind, why he's sweet talking you, telling you all these things that you want to hear. And his mind, why he talking to you, he thinking about all different type of ways to get rid of you. Why he telling you this and that and that? At the same time, you buying it. You not knowing what this man got planned, what's in his mind, what's his true intention is, and you just going along with it. But all along, he trying to get rid of you and come take your land. And that's what our Native Indian brothers and sisters fell at. Because they ain't know what the intention of these people. They just invited them. They just welcomed them with open arms, thinking these people just gonna be okay. They're settlers. They're trying to find a new living. They're trying to find a new home. Something probably happened in back where they was at. So they're trying to come and settle over here. So let's help them out. Let's help them, They tell us they're gonna help us do this, help us do that, whatever. Imagine you can imagine what they was telling these people, man, to have them just welcome them like that. They was just sweet talking them so smooth, like so they welcome these people, man. Show them how to survive, how to hunt, how to live in the dead of winter. And what they did, they unalived the buffalo, the buffaloes, which was the Native Indian, how they survive, how to hunt. That was their source of food. So they don't trying to get rid of all the buffaloes, so the Native Indian won't survive. That was the first step. And the second step, the one that was unalived by the sword, which is the modern day gun that they had, they gave them smallpox. They give them blankets so they could try to cover up in the dead of winter. Not knowing that they all along there was playing a warfare tactic on them to get rid of them. He will weep with his eyes. And that's what we see. That's what they do every day, man. They weep with their eyes. They go to court, they fake cry, and they get away scot-free. Just like that Edomite that which was 17 had an AR-15 in the parade. You know he was faking because he trying to act like he crying and looked at the judge, and he was chilling in the back with the judge and all. They weep with their eyes. But if he found opportunity, he would not be satisfied with blood. Them right, if they gonna act like they feel sorry and all that stuff there, all that nonsense, act like they care about you, act like they sorry and forgiving. But once that moment he get that opportunity, man, let him get that opportunity. It's the done deal, man. He gonna shed your blood, man. He gonna unalive you right there on the spot. Once he find that opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. He gonna try to get rid of every person he was trying to get until he get what he want, man. And that's what happened with the Native Indian. And how you think the oppressor came to get this land? They ain't share with the Native Indian. They slaughtered 77 million Native Indian, pushed all the Hispanic back to Mexico, took them to Spain, and took over this land. Took over to America. And now they say that's their land. They discovered America. Now they telling the Hispanic and to go back to their country. No, this is their country. Why don't y'all go back to Europe? Why don't y'all go back to the cave, the Caucasus Mountain, where y'all came from? That's where y'all was at before y'all came over here. Before y'all went to Europe and then y'all came over here. Why don't y'all go back and give them their land back? Because this is not your land. This is what the oppressors do, man. That's why the Bible says we should never trust our enemy. We should never trust these people, man. The Native Indians should have never trusted them in the first place, man. We should have never welcomed these people with open arms. They should have never did that. Thanksgiving is the day of unaliving the Native Indian, man. That's what Thanksgiving came from. That's what the word Thanksgiving from, for them unaliving thousands of millions of Native Indian brothers and sisters, man. But a lot of our people don't know that. They think Thanksgiving is being thankful for what you have or what you're gonna get or your family. No, that's not what it is, man. That's not where the word Thanksgiving originated from. It's come from the unaliving of the Native Indians. But our people thinking it's for family getting together. No, they had traitors amongst our people, man. Till like now, we still have. Back in the day, we had traitors amongst our people during Christ's time, during back in the period of time. We still have them going on. It's still going on. So yeah, you had 90 chiefs sat down with the pilgrims and had a feast, even though they see how many people how much of the people don't got unalived by the Europeans. They still went and had a feast with the pilgrims. Okay, we're gonna go to the book of Psalms, chapter 55. Let me see. The book of Psalms, chapter 55. We're gonna start on verse 20. The book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hand against such, be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. And that's what they did with the Native Indian, man. The Native Indian welcomed these people with open arms, showed these people how to survive. And he put forth his hand against them, unaliving them, giving them smallpox, oppressing them, put them in reservation camp. And they broke every covenant, every treaty that they made with the Native Indian. They broke every last one of them. They ain't kept not one covenant. They ain't kept not one treaty that they made with the Native Indian. And the Native Indian was at peace with these people, man. They ain't want no war. They were just trying to welcome them, help them survive, help them make it, help them show how to eat, how to hunt during the time of winter. And what the oppressor did, he put forth his hand against them. And this Native Indian was at peace with them. They greeted them with like nothing happened. They ain't second guess it or nothing. But yet they broke every covenant, every treaty that they made with the Native Indian. They kept not one of them. That's how America is, man. That's how the oppressor operates. But yet you think you could change his mind? You think you could change his wickedness, man? This man is wicked from the birth, like the scriptures say. They go astray as soon as they be born, man. They are wicked from birth. You cannot change these people. You cannot change the mindset of the oppressor. So no matter if you're trying to be at peace with them, no matter if you're trying to be cool with them, trying to be his friend, they're gonna put forth their hands against you, man. They're gonna turn their back, they're gonna turn around and stab you in your back. As soon as they find that opportunity, well, best believe they're gonna do it, man. And that's how they operate. That's how America, the society operates, man. Verse 21, the word of his mouth was smoother than butter. Said the word of his mouth was smoother than butter, man. So they spit game. That's how America is. They full of, I don't know how to say, but they could sweet talk somebody, whatever. They could talk you into you giving them something what they want in return. All you get is unalive oppression. So their word was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. While he's sweet talking you, while he telling you, running games on you, telling you this and that, all along, war is in his heart. War is in his mind. How you think that's what when he telling you, oh, we got blankets for y'all, so y'all could cover up and during the winter time. All along, they know what the blanket was full of smallpox. While they're giving up the Native Indian brothers and sisters them blankets, the whole time they're like, yeah, we finna get them. We finna get them the smallpox. Since most of them survived the slaughter of shooting them, we're gonna get them we're gonna get them a blanket full of smallpox. They ain't gonna know what hit them. Next thing you know, the Native Indian accepted it. They accepted it. Next, they end up having smallpox. That is a warfare tactic, man, against the oppressor, against our people. Yes, they smooth talk you, but war and was in his heart. How to unalive as much as of our people as they can. Because they don't love us. They don't care about us. They don't care who you are. They don't care. They don't have no regard for the old or the young. That's why it was 77 million of our Native Indian brothers and sisters was unalive, from adults to children. They don't care. Like the scriptures say, they don't, like I'm paraphrasing, they don't regard the old or the young. Oh, show favor to the young, or regard the young. Oh, like it, something like that. But yeah, they don't care if you're old or young, man. We see it in society. We see it in America. You could be old, you could be young. You still getting unalive, man. You could be a woman, you could be pregnant, whatever. They don't care about you. So that's why we tell our people we need to separate from America. When we say separate, we don't mean trying to live America, go to Israel, go to Africa, because we're not Africans. We're not from Africa. You can go to Israel, our homeland, because it's being occupied by this so-called Jewish men that claim they stole our identity. You can't go there because you're going to always, no matter where we go at, trying to go at, we're going to be oppressed until we get our salvation from the Most High when he sent Yahushua Mashiach, which is Jesus Christ, with the real call Jesus Christ, back to redeem us, man, to give us salvation, to save us. That's how we're going to go back. So war was in his mind, man. The whole time he's sweet talking to our people. His word was softer than oil. His word was softer than oil. You know how soft oil is, man? You can't even pick up oil, man. You're so sick. You'll slip on oil. That's how his words was. It was softer than oil. So if his word was softer than oil, imagine the thing that he was telling the Native Indian that they had to fall for, that they had to believe these people, man. His word was softer than oil. Yet wore they drawn sword. Why he's saying all this thing here? They up the gun on you. They up the fire on them people. And slaughter as many as they can with the sword. The modern day sword is the gun. And the one that was unalive by the sword, like I said from the beginning earlier, they giving us the blanket with the smallpox. And that's how wicked these people are, man. That's how wicked America is. That's how wicked the oppressor is. They wicked. You cannot change them. No matter how many times you beg them, you march down the street, you do whatever you want, they're going to always look at you like you beneath them. You are nothing to them. And that's why we tell our people we need to separate from America, man. But yeah, we're going to keep on listening to Christianity. We got to love everybody. God love everybody. God don't love everybody. He only love the children of Israel. He only love blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. He don't love these people. These other nations, they have a perpetual hatred for you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian, man. That's why you would never get justice over here in America. That's why our Native Indian brothers still in the reservation. That's why the Mexican children is still in cages on the borders right now. And that's why blacks, Hispanic, and we are in the ghetto. We're on the projects right now. We are being oppressed. Because why? They have a perpetual hatred for you. And so now we're finna go. Now we're finna go to the book of Amos. Chapter 5. Let's see. We're going to go to the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. We're going to go to the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. It says, the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast day. The Most High said he hate and he despised the feast day of America. He despised Thanksgiving. He despised any holiday that the oppressor have came up with to have our people celebrating. The Most High said he hate and despise those feast days, man. He hate them. He cannot stand them. He did not want us have. He do not want no part of what feast day America have to offer. Because we know the history of Thanksgiving, we know the history of these holidays that the oppressor have sent against our people, man. Got our people worshiping these holidays, man. He said he hate and despise those feast days, man. Well, yeah, we thinking while we coming together, saying, oh, it's for the family. We doing it for the family. We're doing it for the family and the kids. The Most High say he hate and despise those feast days, man. He hate them, man. He hate Thanksgiving, which is today. Everybody right now and their whole family sitting up around the table, thinking they're having a good time, thinking that this is what the Most High want for us to be a family again. For us, don't do it every year. Do it every time you have the chance. Do it once a week. Do it twice a week. Do it every month. Why you gotta wait that one particular time of the month or the year to do it? The Most High despise those things, man. He despised their feast day. I said, I hate and I despise your feast day. I will not smell in your solemn assembly. We're getting all together and stuff. That's the oppressive holiday, man. We got our own high holy days, man. We got our own high holy day that the Most High ordained for us to observe and keep. We got the Feast of Dedication, which is coming up. And then we got the Passover. We got the Purim. We got all type of feast day, man. Let me go through some of these feast days for our people that our own high holy day that the Most High gave us, man. We got the Sabbath. We got the Passover. We got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We got the Feast of First Fruit. We got the Memorial of Blowing of the Trumpets. We got the Day of Atonement. We got the Feast of Tabernacle. Feast of Dedication. We got Purim. The Most High gave us our own high holy days to keep, man. But yet instead we want to keep the holidays of these oppressors, knowing that those are a form of worshiping. Those are a form of worshiping another God, man. The Most High said we should not put no God before him, no other God before him. That is spiritually fornication, worshiping different gods, man. When the Most High said he would destroy you for that. He's a jealous God. He's a consuming fire. So every time we get together in these holidays, you see what goes on. It's tragic. Something tragic always happens during this time. Because that's the time we're trying to get together as a family for Thanksgiving, Christmas, says for the children, Valentine, Easter, 4th of July. Each time we do it, each time we celebrate this holiday, it's always something tragic that happened, man. Something tragic always happens. And we see it on the news each and every time. How many people get unalive on these so-called holidays that the oppressor don't have all people celebrating, man? Now, a lot of people gonna think, okay, Thanksgiving Day, watch how many fights, watch how many shooting or unalive on people done got shot this week for so-called Thanksgiving. No, because this what the oppressor want, man. They want to set us against each other, man. They want us to start worshiping these false gods. And when we do, the Most High is going to provoke the Most High to anger. That's all it's going to do, man. He said he hate and despise your feast, or the feast day of America. So why are we celebrating the holidays of these other nations? Why are we doing what these other nations do, man? So why are we celebrating these holidays, man? When the Most High say he hate and despise them. He hate the holidays, the feast of the President of America. He don't like it. So we thinking, cause we having a family get that we're doing something good in the President of the Most High? No, we're not. You could bring your family to the day of dedication. You could bring your family to the Passover. Now that'll be pleasing to the Most High. Now that's when you're pleasing the Most High by keeping His law, statute, and commandment, by keeping His ordained, by observing His holidays, His feast days, man. His high holy days that He gave us. Then you'll be pleasing the Most High. That'll be pleasing in His sight. But you come in the you get on yourself together in the holiday the oppressor tell you to celebrate. That's not pleasing to the Most High. It's nothing but tragic going to happen. That's all going to happen. Okay, now we're going to go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13. Verse 13. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13. It said, consider the work of God. For who can make that straight which He had made crooked? Who can make what is straight that the Most High had made crooked, man? You cannot make Thanksgiving an honorable celebration, which the Most High said He hate and despise. It cannot be. You cannot make that an honorable thing. It can't. The Most High said He hate and despise it. So how you talking about we doing it for the family, thinking it's gonna be pleasing and satisfying to the Most High? That the Most High gonna like it. He gonna love it. When He say He hate and despise the feast day of America, He hate and despise their feast day. He will not smell in the solemn assembly, man. So you celebrating a holiday of another nation when the Most High give you your own high holiday to observe and to do throughout your whole generation, but you thinking what the oppressor came up with, tell you to celebrate is better than the Most High, is honorable? No, man. The Most High said He hate and despise it. He made it crooked for a reason. He tell you not to celebrate it. He tell you it's vain. The tradition of man is vain. It tells you that, man. It tells you that, which is in the book of Amos. He tell you it's about, tell you Christmas is in the Bible, but it's a vain thing. He said the tradition of man is vain. All these holidays are vain to the Most High. All the man-made traditions vain. They are nothing. The Most High said He made them crooked for a reason. So how can you make that straight? How can you make that an honorable celebration? Talking about you doing it for the family, you doing it for the kids. You cannot make that acceptable holiday to be accepted. And when the Most High said He hate and despise it, man, you cannot change it. He made it crooked for a reason. He made the oppressor crooked for a reason. That's why you cannot change his way. That's why you cannot change his mind from being wicked. He's always going to be wicked. That's how the Most High made him to be. That's why who can change? That's why He said, who can change which the Most High made wicked? Who can make straight which the Most High made crooked? Who can do that? Who can make it straight? That's why He said, who can make straight which He had made crooked? You cannot make it straight no more, man. You cannot change the mind of the oppressor. You cannot change his ways, man. You cannot say, okay, Thanksgiving, Christmas is a special holiday. Oh, Thanksgiving Christmas is the birth of Christ, or Easter is the resurrection of Christ. No, those the Most High hate them. So that's why the oppressor will never change. That's why he gonna throw these holidays in your face each and every year, tell you to celebrate them, because he know that the Most High hate and despise them. He know by the more he gets you to celebrate this holiday, the more the Most High gonna be against you, and the more he gonna continue to oppress you. The oppressor already know these things. That's why he put all these things in play for us. That's why he planting drugs in your neighborhood. That's why he planting guns in our neighborhood. That's why he got us going against each other, man. Because all these things to go against the Most High and to provoke the Most High to anger, so they could continue further oppressing us, so they could continue ruling over us. The oppressor know what's coming. He knows his time is short. He knows his time is short, but he gonna try to do anything in his power to keep us, to provoke the Most High to anger, so he could keep ruling over us, so he could keep unaliving us on these streets, so we could keep being in poverty, keep being pushed further back in the ghetto, while they come in our neighborhood and gentrify in our neighborhood and push us further in the slump, and then our neighborhood's getting taken over by them. That's how the oppressor operates, man. But our people don't see that, because they keep on in Christian church, believe in Christianity. You got to love everybody, you know. You got to forgive everybody. When they say everybody, they talking about the oppressor. You got to forgive the oppressor. When they talking about everybody, they don't care about these other nations. They only love the oppressor. When Christianity ever say you got to love everybody, they actually talking about the oppressor. They don't care about these other nations. They don't care about everybody else, because they love their slave master. That's who everybody means to them, the oppressor. You gotta love everybody, because they know everybody hate the oppressor, man. All these other nations hate the oppressor. They all hate even their own people hate them. The Russian, all them, they're the same people. They come from the same descent of Esau, but yet they hate America. They hate America, and that's why they gotta be gone. That's why they gotta be destroyed. You cannot make them straight, man. The Most High made them that way for a reason. He made them crooked for a reason, man. We're going to go to the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 7. Psalms 10 and 7. Is it 10 and 7? The book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And that's how it is, man. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit, man, of none but lies, how to be deceitful, how to lie to the native Indian brothers, our brothers and sisters, man. How they sweet talk them into letting them come over until they took over, man. Until they took over the land. Until they ain't asked them, they ain't joined force with them, they wasn't their ally. They just came and took over. No, the whole time they knew what their whole intention was. They already had that in play. They already had it in play. I mean, they already all that was actually orchestrated to when they came over here, what they was gonna do. They already had it all planned out to what's finna happen, what they finna do as soon as they come over here. It was already orchestrated. So ain't no start. Oh, we know we did that. No, they already had the whole thing planned out to when they come over here, act friendly, gain the trust of the native Indian, and then they do what they do. Unalive them, give them smallpox, and then when they was defeated, they had no choice but to join them, which was the sellout amongst our people. Until today, we still got sellout amongst our people. And the rest that didn't refuse to fight, the one that refused to join them, they was put on reservation till this day. You know, that was the whole plan. It was already planned out for them. From the beginning. They set foot over here. It was nothing but deceit and fraud, man, and mischief and vanity. So all that sweet talk they told you was for nothing. Saying, well, this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna keep this treaty with you. And they kept not one of them. But they don't teach you that in history class. They teach you that they make it seem that all the native Indian and the pilgrims and they just all sat down, had a big feast, and gave thanks to the food. They gave thanks to Most High for this food. No, we read in the article where it said that they gave thanks for the slaughter of the 100,000 of people that they don't unalive. That's where the word Thanksgiving came from. giving thanks to this because they overcame these people, man. But at the end, we're gonna see what's gonna happen at the end, man. No, and this was happening. So if we can go to the book of John, chapter 10, verse 10. Book of John. He said, the book of John, chapter 10, verse 10. He said, the thief come not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. He said, the thief came not but to steal and to unalive, man. What happened? I think the oppressor came over here. They ain't came here to be friend with the native Indian. They ain't came here to settle down, be partner, we all live in harmony. We all live in peace in this country. They came to steal and to unalive and destroy. Everywhere America go is none but destruction. There is none but destruction force, man. That's all they know is destroy everything that's in their path. That's all they know is to unalive, to create violence and chaos. No matter where they go, they drop nothing but bombs. They're like a cancer. Everywhere they go, they spread, man. That's how America is. There's nothing but a cancer. There's a virus, man. That's the oppressor for you. All they know is to steal, unalive, and destroy anything that's in their way. But the Most High got the antidote for the cancer that's gonna come, which is Christ and the angels, and we're gonna be giving the antidote. We're gonna until if we eradicate the virus, it's always gonna destroy and spread around until it's gone. And trust me, it's gonna be gone. That virus is gonna be wiped out from the face of the earth until there's no more left of it. That's what's gonna happen to the oppressor. There's like a virus. All they know is destruction. They act like it's gonna be war, but yes, they fool our people talking about, okay, we've been attacked, we've been going to war. And what war came to America? Pearl Harbor, when the Japan dropped bomb, yeah, they went and got they went and got back their revenge. But what after that? What other war that came to America? Everything or every other war that America was involved in, they involved themselves into that war, man. They involved themselves into it. No war came to America. They was interfere with other people's warfare, like with the German and the so-called Jewish men. America went over there. They involved themselves into it. All these things ain't no war came to America yet, but World War III is coming to America. It's when it come. Soon it will come to America. And what America gonna do now? What the oppressor gonna do? They can't do nothing because the Most High is the one that's sending them against them. I come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. So Christ said he gonna come that we have life, man. For the one that's keeping the law, statute, and the commandment of the Most High, that's the one that's gonna be saved. That's why he said, he that endures to the end, same shall be saved, man. If you endure and keep these law, statute, and commandment to the end, you're gonna be saved. But your Christian pastor tell you, if you accept Jesus Christ as your personal Savior and Lord, you are saved. Saved from what? When you save, you mean no harm is coming towards you, like you living peacefully. No, you ain't worrying about your enemies attacking you from left to right, from this corner, that corner. You ain't gonna have to worry about you being unalive or being oppressed. Right now, our people are still being all these things. We still being oppressed. We still being unalive. We still got to live in the constant fear, thinking when we get stopped by police in the traffic like that, this gonna be, am I going to make it home to see my family? I'm going home today, or this might be my last time seeing my family. We still got to live in this constant fear of in this land that we're in. So we is not safe. These other nations, they say, they got their own military, their own police force, their own country. We the one that's not safe. That's why I say, he that endures to the end this same shall be saved. So you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments till Christ's return, you're gonna be saved, man. You're gonna be saved from your enemies. Cause why? Your enemy is going into captivity. Your enemy is gonna be the one that's serving you. We're gonna have salvation. Right now, we second-class citizen. When we have salvation, we're gonna be first-class citizen. We're gonna be ruling the earth. We're gonna be governing the earth like we once did. A lot of people thinking in our history, like you tell a lot of our people, like, we once ruled Europe for 1,000 years. No, we didn't. That's the first thing come to their mouth. Why you think they call it the Dark Ages? Could we rule you for 1,000 years? That's why the oppressor came over it. That's why they had to move over there, because we rule you for 1,000 years. That's where dark ages came from. But yet they trying to tell you it came from a plague, the dark plague. No, it was called because we ruled them. Just like we were Israel had our own land, the time gonna come again. And we're gonna rule this time, we're gonna rule the kingdom of earth under Christ. Christ's gonna be the king, we're gonna be ruling, we're gonna be enforcing the law. Any nation that don't want to live by it, like Christ said, he that not want me that I'm paraphrasing, he that not want me to reign over him, bring for my enemy which not want me to reign over him, bring hither and slay them before me. That came out of Christ's own mouth. And there's going to be a lot of nation, which is some so-called oppressing. The so-called oppressed, they ain't gonna want no black men to rule over them. They're gonna try to fight as much as they can. And Christ say, if they don't want me to reign over them, bring hither and slay them before him. And what you think we're gonna do? Christ's gonna be our king. This other nation that's trying to fight it, we're gonna bring before Christ and chop their head off, man. We're gonna unalive them right there in front of Christ. And that's in the New Testament when Christ said that. But Christianity don't know that. They think Christ is all about love. Christ said, for my enemies that do not want me to reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. That's what's gonna happen. But they ain't go. Some nation gonna fight it. They ain't gonna want the 12 tribes of Israel to rule over them. That's why that's why they say confederate against thee. All these other nations, they confederate against thee to keep. So we won't be no more in remembrance. They trying to wipe us off. Call these other nations know who the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian is. Who are the true children of Israel, man. That's why they come together to have us not knowing who we are. Say we African American, we Black, we Haitian, we Jamaican, we Mexican, we Puerto Rican, we Cuban, we, all these type of barriers that the scriptures say they call us by. They don't want you to know your true identity, black man. That's why we need to stop celebrating these holidays, man. That's why we don't know our true history. Because we were taught by America, which was nothing but lies, man. Which is nothing but lies. So now from last scripture, we're going to go to the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19. The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19. It said Gad, which is the so-called Native Indian, so-called Native Indian Americans, which was here before the Europeans came over and stole it from them. A troop shall overcome him. What happened? Then a troop of nation of people overcame him. Then the so-called European came and took over their land and slaughtered 77 million of them. He said, Gad, a troop shall overcome him. That's what happened in history. Another nation overcame Gad, and took this land, sweet talked them, and until they unalived 77 million of them. That's history, man. That's what happened to the Native Indian people, our brothers and sisters. It said, but there's that word, but he shall overcome at the last. The time gonna change, and we in the last day. Yes, Gad was overtook by these other nations, by the oppressor, by the Europeans. He said, but he shall overcome at the last. Gad gonna get his revenge, man. He gonna get paid these people back for what they did. The Native Indian gonna overcome these people. They gonna overcome these oppressors. At the end, he gonna overcome them. He gonna rule them. They're gonna be serving Gad. They're gonna be serving the 12 tribes of Israel, man. These other nations. They stole this land from the oppressor. No, it's like the oppressor stole this land from the Native Indian and gave the word Thanksgiving because they don't slaughter 77 million of our brothers and sisters. But in the last day, Gad gonna get his payback. The Native Indian gonna get their payback, man. And that's written in the scripture. That what goes around comes around. That's what's gonna happen. So yes, our people suffering right now, but the time gonna change. The tape gonna change. And we seen it's happening for a reason. All these things that we see going on around the world right now, around the earth, is happening because the Most High showing us that He's doing these things, letting these things happen because for us, for our sake. Because we are meant to be rulers, not to be ruled over. And with that, we're going to read the security announcement. ISUPK security announcement. World ISUPK start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother and sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Number 18, the book of Number, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 10 to 8. No, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. Feast of dedication. 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. Thursday, the 7th of December, 2023, for 8 days. First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. Remind Akim and Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be your trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And remind us to pay your Passover fee, which is $200 per adult over the age of 18. And with that, shalom, Israel.